Before we start the show, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Their support keeps this show free for you. Does connected parenting feel confusing? What do I do in this situation? How do I handle that issue? Let me help you make more sense of it all in my 30-day challenge. We meet for 4 weeks of group coaching, and you get access to all of the Peace in Parenting online materials, my entire Connected Parent Mastermind. Plus, we give you access to our school community. I help you get more connected and jumpstart your parenting in this 30-day challenge. So go to the show notes and sign up, and I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me on the Peace in Parenting podcast. I'm so glad you're here.
Research tells us that the most important thing we can do for our children, especially in adolescence, is to be the safe place. And it's not necessarily what you think when I'm telling you to be the safe place. The safe place creates an environment where a child can thrive emotionally and socially and academically because their brain is online. When they feel safe with us and connected to us, their prefrontal cortex stays engaged on their limbic system, and then they can have a fighting chance of making good decisions, a fighting chance of using their impulse control, a fighting chance of using their reasoning skills and their executive functioning skills because their prefrontal, their thinking brain is online when they feel safe, when they feel heard and understood. Now, keep in mind that prefrontal brain is not fully developed until a child is 28. And so we're still at a deficit here. But if you're safe and your child feels safe and calm in your presence, and they can take that going into school or going into social environments, they have a fighting chance of doing well in this world. This is about creating a relationship where your child always knows they can turn to you no matter what. And of course, our children always know that they can turn to us no matter what when they're doing good, when they're behaving, when they're exceeding our expectations. But how do we make them feel when they're not doing so good and when they're not exceeding expectations and when they are falling down and making mistakes and having a hard time? That's when they need us to be there for them. And when I say be there for them, I mean be there for them without judgment, without shame, without disappointment. A lot of parents will say, I'm very disappointed in your behavior. I love you, but I'm disappointed in what you did. But how does that make a child feel? And is that showing up for them in their worst moments? Even worse is when we go to the place of punishment or rewards when a child is doing something that we don't necessarily want them to be doing. Because if we go to punishment, how does a child feel about themselves and about their behavior? They feel that it's judged. They feel that they're not loved in those moments, even though we do love them dearly in those hard moments. Are our actions showing that we love our child in those moments? The fastest way to make our children feel unsafe is in a home where they fear us and where they fear making a mistake because they are going to be punished or they are going to face a consequence. Now, consequences exist no matter what. But if they come from us, our children won't feel safe with us. I have a story about Pia. Pia texted me one day from school. I remember I was driving and I get this text and I pull over and it's like, Mom, something bad happened. And I was like, oh, shoot. So I text her back, what's going on? She texts me, I got caught cheating in school. And I said, oh, wow, this is really hard. You got caught cheating in school. Are you okay? I went straight to empathy. Are you okay? I'm not mad about the cheating. I'm not upset that she did. I'm grateful that this child felt safe enough to tell me she was cheating. She said, I feel bad. I don't know what to do. This is the first time I've ever cheated. I feel like, I'm embarrassed. And I validated her feelings. Wow, this is really hard, Pia. I understand. This is a really big lesson, isn't it? She said, yeah, I never want to do that again. And I said, I'm sure you don't. And then she responded with, well, what am I going to do, Mom? And I said, I don't know, honey. What are you going to do? Again, I'm not trying to fix her problems. I'm not trying to shame her. I'm not trying to tell her that she's doing something wrong. All I'm trying to say to her is that I'm here to support you. I love you no matter what. I'm not upset. I'm not angry, but I'm here to say, like, yeah, it's hard and we're going to fix it, or you're going to fix it. And throughout this conversation, it was like this really good back and forth where she got to work through how she was going to fix it. Mom, what should I do? I said, I don't know. What should you do? Well, I don't know. Let me think about it. So an hour later, I think I'm going to talk to my teacher. Well, that sounds like a good idea. If you talk to your teacher, yeah, I'm really scared. I would be scared too, Pia. And I just comforted her. And listen, she'd learned the lesson. She got caught. She got in trouble at school. She had to deal with the 0 that she was going to get on that test. She had to deal with the embarrassment around her teacher. She didn't need me telling her anything more. But I think what the beautiful part of this is that she didn't lie. She didn't try to get out of it. She took full responsibility. She didn't, try to say that it wasn't me or I didn't do it. And she didn't have to tell me. She really didn't. But I was the first place that she came. So being that safe place allows our children to have a haven to come to even when they make really big mistakes. And those big mistakes are going to happen. And so how do we come to those mistakes for those people, for our children? We come to them regulated and calm and neutral and loving no matter what. And that's how we communicate to our children that we are safe in any circumstance. Because safety is created through unconditional love. And that means we love our child. And I think all of us love our child no matter what they do, right? But is that love conveyed in the hardest moments? And how do you convey that? By staying calm and connected and loving and not judge that child.
We're going to take a break from our show to hear from our sponsors. Without their sponsorship, I wouldn't be able to bring you this incredible show free of charge. So I'll see you back in a few minutes. Are you a mom who feels like you're juggling it all, but something just feels off? It could also be your hormones causing this chaos. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts called adaptogens. Now, here's the beauty of adaptogens. They help the body adapt to any stressors like chaotic hormonal changes that happen naturally throughout a woman's life. That's why Hormone Harmony is perfect for women of all ages who are struggling with life-disrupting symptoms such as PMS, like irritability, moodiness, discomfort, or uncontrollable cravings, and menopause with symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats. The results are impressive. There are over 40,000 reviews on their website. Women cannot stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. So for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code PEACE. Check out happymammoth.com. Use the code PEACE for 15% off today.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS-certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support, natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
Okay, back to the episode.
So some things that I like to say, and I said it in this story, is validating. Some things I like to do is validate feelings. So I understand this is hard. I know you're embarrassed. I get that you are struggling right now. And I don't fix it. And I don't say, oh, it's going to be okay, or, nothing's wrong. You should look on the bright side of things. And I also don't go the other way. Well, you knew better than to cheat. You shouldn't have been cheating in your class. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? I don't shame. I just try to stay accepting and attuned to my kid while offering validation. When we show unconditional love, we tell our child that the love is not dependent on their behavior or their achievements or anything they do. That's why we don't dive deeply into overpraising or over celebrating. We just really acknowledge when a child has done something great. And we don't go into overpraising because we don't want them to feel also that they're overly accepted or they are accepted when they get all this extra praise. We really want to keep it neutral. We love you just as much when you get first place, and we love you the same when you don't. We love you when you've cheated or lied, and we also love you when you're bringing us a Mother's Day gift. So if we can be their safe haven and just listen without judgment, offer them comfort and connection when we need to, we cannot go wrong. Being the safe place, research tells us that our kids will have fewer incidences with alcohol, with teen pregnancy, with addiction. All of the research tells us that the relationship that you share with your child is the one determinant factor on how well they will do as adults. So it's a big job, guys. We've got a lot to do. Come with unconditional love. Don't punish your kids. And be calm and connected when they do something that's driving you nuts. If you want to know more about connected parenting, you can download my free empowering guide. I'm going to put the link in the show notes, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me on the Peace in Parenting podcast, and I will see you guys next time.
Does connected parenting feel confusing? What do I do in this situation? How do I handle that issue? Let me help you make more sense of it all in my 30-day challenge. We meet for 4 weeks of group coaching, and you get access to all of the Peace in Parenting online materials, my entire Connected Parent Mastermind. Plus, we give you access to our school community. I help you get more connected and jumpstart your parenting in this 30-day challenge. So go to the show notes and sign up, and I'll see you there.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively the Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.